Yes, well, hey everybody, welcome to Dragonblade Authors Unplugged. We've got a really great group today. We've got Katherine Lyons, Chasity Bowlin, and Matilda Madison, all with really good new releases this week that I'm so excited about. We lost Matilda for a second. She'll come back. We'll get her back in a second. But we're going to start with Chastity. You have your new release, A Lion for Luck. We have a Lion's Den book this week, right? So we're excited about that. So tell us all about it.
So this actually kind of connects back to one of my previous Lion's Den books, which was Lady Luck and the Lion. Have you ever had a character that you just did such horrible things to them that you felt bad and had to go back and give them their own book?
Yes, you're like, I gotta, they give them too much trauma. This side character needs some redemption.
Yeah, I mean, she had started out as kind of a throwaway character. She was the runaway bride of Viscount Linley from Lady Luck and the Lion, and through the course of the book, it came to light that she didn't actually run away. She was kind of kidnapped because his shady cousin was trying to steal his inheritance and all kinds of drama. And I just thought, well, she got really a raw deal. So now she gets her own happy ending with Lord Lord Aldwin Fletcher Quill. Don't know where that came from. Guardians of the Galaxy. Didn't say that out loud. But and he's just this guy that he's just wandered through life like this second son, no prospects, pretty content with that, just kind of existing. But then he inherits this title, and with it, he inherits a significant amount of debt. So he went from being just broke to being completely impoverished and in debt. So in comes
I hate
Bessie.
it when that happens.
But yeah, it was a fun book. It was lots of I think I read some of the early reviews and somebody called it a delicious romp, which I was like, well, that was the goal all along. So yay. But yeah,
That's always fun to hear.
and the Lion's Den is always, that's like playtime. That's always a great world to get to go right in. So
Yeah, Lion's Den books are always so fun to me. Every time we have a new one come in, I just like eat up a little bit of it. I'm so excited. I haven't got to read my way through the whole list. I'm like slowly working my way back because I started working here just 2 years ago. So I'm still trying to work my way back to all these backlist books. And every time I read a new one, I'll Facebook message the author. So if you ever get a message from me and I'm like, hey, I really love this book, I'm probably gonna pick your brain about it. So I always love to do it, which is why I'm glad I get to do this for Evelyn because I love getting to hear, especially as an author, love to hear the behind the scenes thoughts of you guys. It's so cool. But it sounds really good, and I love to have a side character in one book that I get to see their full story in another one. It's so good.
yeah, I think I have. I think there's another character from that one that is coming up in another book. So like
Woo.
that whole it just this is like my fifth Lion's Den book, and I think I've got
Yeah.
two novellas that were in Lion's Den anthologies.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've played there quite a bit.
Yes, it's so fun. Such a good world to be in. But yeah, I'm excited for the release, and I just feel like it's gonna be. I feel like it's all gonna be good every time. Again, every time I have a Lions Den, I get excited.
So
But yeah,
and since this is happening on Wednesday, it
yeah.
released today.
I was about to
Out
say,
now.
yeah. Yes, I was thinking. I was like, this is posted Friday, so it'll be live. Yes. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's exciting. Yay. Well, alrighty. Did you have anything else you wanted to add,
No,
Chastity? I
I'm
didn't
just
want to
going
cut you off.
for as long as I can until I
Yeah.
have to jet out to the ballpark and wrangle a
Yes.
5-year-old, keep him from digging in the dirt and getting hit in the head with a ball.
We've all been there.
As you do.
Yes, if it wasn't our kid, it was probably us. So we've technically all been there at some point. Okay, well, Catherine, you have another really great release this week. I love this series. I'm so
came
excited
out
about. We
came
have a
out on
secret.
Tuesday. Yesterday.
Yes.
Woot, woot, woot.
Yes. So tell us about A Secret Elixir.
So Have you ever, well, I've written lots of books, and every few books, there's one that pops. And I've been waiting forever for this book to come out because I love it so much. Our heroine is a secret midwife because she's, she's supposed to be not a debutante, except for she's a couple seasons in. So she's not a debutante, but it's like by day, she delivers babies. By night, she goes and dances at parties. So I did it.
Tired.
What a life.
What a
life to live.
And it's fine because her dad doesn't pay any attention. Well, after a difficult delivery, her maid is like, you are late. You are supposed to go back home. And, your father was very particular about you being home 2 hours ago. And she's like, sorry, babies come on their own time. So anyway, she rushes back home, slams on a dress and goes, oh, my migraines. Oh, my poor migraines. And her father says, well, if you'd been here 2 hours ago, we would have done this properly. But go ahead, or Lord Benedict, go ahead, do it. And she's like, what? And so Lord Benedict, who we have met before, goes down on one knee and proposes to her. And she's just like, what? And her dad says, yes, she accepts. Let's go announce it at the party. So off we go to the ball. And she's like, what? And here's the thing. So Sir Benedict, we have met before. He is not quite, they didn't technically have spies at this time, but we will stretch it. So there was no formal spy network, but Lord Benedict might be doing some super secret spy stuff. So it turns out he actually knows she's a midwife, and that was quite a shock. And then he needs to use her. And she's like, excuse me? And then there is, you all think that Lord Benedict is the hero, don't you?
Yeah.
He's not. So Lord Benedict's his Batman, his right-hand man, is assigned to watch over our heroine. And he feels like there's something fishy about her because he doesn't know about all the midwifery stuff. I actually like saying that. Midwifery's a ton of fun to say. Anyway, so he's protecting her and discovering her secrets and trying to help her. But what does he know about birthing babies? And it just gets very complicated, very fast, in very funny ways. It's not a romp. In fact, the first review I saw is like, this was a great, complicated book. And it's complicated because you love everyone. You love Lord Benedict, and you love, both our heroine and Gabe, the hero. You love them all, and you want it all to work out. And I actually modeled it. The first book I fell in love with, like really, really fell in love with as a teenager, was The Once and Future King. And so that model of being married to Arthur, but being in love with Lancelot, and Lancelot loving Arthur. I mean, this is three people who love each other, but it's, of course, in, Camelot, it ends tragically. Spoiler alert, this does not end tragically.
We have to have our ATAs here. We gotta have a happy ending, right?
But what I described may sound complicated, but honest to God, it is such a good book. I love this book. I mean, so much. And so hopefully the listeners will try it. Hopefully, please. It's a secret elixir.
Yes, it sounds so good. I love when you get to, it's just like you were saying, when you're an author, that once you get through a few books, sometimes you'll have some that are like, you're like trudging through to finish, and then some it feels like they write themselves, and you're just so excited to put it out in the world. And that is always the best feeling, because it's just like, it's like your baby. It's like putting your little baby out in the world and stuff, and it sounds so good. So I'm excited.
I wore a special shirt for this.
Yes.
It's backwards, you can't really read it. It says emotionally compromised by fictional yearning, and there is yearning in this book.
We love it. We love the yearn. Men who yearn earn. I think that's how that quote goes.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw it. I think it was there was a book convention recently where they had the T-shirts that was like "Bring Back Men Who Yearn," and I was thinking, you guys are missing on historical romance. They've
Yeah.
been here. The men who yearn have been here. You just have been reading the wrong genre. I would know. I found out way too late about historical romance. So, yeah, we if you need a man who yearns, it's always here. We always have it at Dragonblade. But I can't wait, Catherine. I cannot wait to read it. It's on Kindle Unlimited. All of these are on Kindle Unlimited. So everybody should go check them out. And then Matilda, we have your new release. I'm so excited about this one too. It is tangled up in. Am I saying right? Tangled up in tartan. I have an accent.
Yes,
I
that's
have my Alabama accent, so tartan is probably not the proper way to say it. So ignore how I
no.
say
Actually, I
it.
think you have a better chance of saying it because I have like a
Oh,
mid-Atlantic accent, so
okay.
it's what Frasier would say, and I'm pretty sure he's wrong. So,
Okay.
but
Well, tell us all about it.
Tangled Up in Tartan is book 4 in the 7-book series of the Seduced in Scotland series that I wrote. It started with Hope in the Highlands, Finding Faith, and Grace in Glasgow, 3 sisters who are shipped up to Scotland when their grandmother dies. She was her caretaker, and she sends them, the grandmother's sister decides to take care of the girls. And she was a former mistress of King George the Fourth or William. They switch their names constantly, but it's definitely she was a mistress of a king of England. And so I got tapped. They wanted me to extend the series, and I was like, oh, yeah, I can figure. Yeah, absolutely. So Tangled Up in Tartan starts with Jane Atherton and her sister Cora Atherton on a train heading north to Glasgow. They are finding out that their mother was a bigamist. She had been married before, and Sir Logan from book 2, he hates English women because his mother was an English woman. These are his half sisters, and they're very like, particularly Jane has been raised by her mother specifically not to trust or like men and to understand that the world is built for them and not women. So Jane doesn't like men at all. And she meets self made millionaire Samuel Milton, who is the biggest green flag. I think one of my reviews just got like he's a millionaire, which is kind of gross, but he's also like a really good person, and he's trying to build a state of the art hospital in Scotland, in Glasgow specifically. He was like one of 10. All of his siblings died growing up, so he was like an they're from Gallowgate, which was a slum during the 1850s. And it's just Jane has to go work for him because she doesn't have anything else to do, and they have no money. They've been excommunicated. And she goes to work with Samuel Milton, who is just the most genuine, I think, hero that I've ever written. He's too good. And it was difficult to write him because I would like get up and I'm like, he's not real. Like this man doesn't exist. There's no way he could. But then I was like, but I love him and I want him to be real so bad. So
Yes.
it's them working together. It's close proximity. When she becomes a worker in his house, it's absolutely forbidden. He won't overstep it. So it's kind of Jane steering the ship out of this idea that all men are terrible to maybe like this one millionaire is probably okay. So yeah.
I
And
love it.
then it'll
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, go
Right
ahead.
as I decided to unmute, my husband decided to call. So you could say that we're fated. I don't know if y'all could hear it, but there we go. But it sounds so good. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going. I'm listening.
Oh no, it's fine. That's what the story is. They try not to be together. They end where all romances end. And the next book will follow her sister Cora, and that will follow Arabella, their half sister, and then the final book will be a prequel for Lady Belle, who was the former mistress. So we get to go back to like 1792, I think. I haven't looked it up yet, but
Ooh, it spans out.
yeah, it'll be I'm excited. I'm exhausted from writing, but I'm happy.
That's great. I feel like for this specific book, for her to hate men and for him to be such a green flag, I
Yeah.
think it's needed. Like, I know what you mean by saying, like, this is a fictional man who's like, there's no way this is real. But
Yeah.
for her, it's probably exactly what she needed. She needed somebody who was like above the normal for
Right.
her, you
You're
know? So
you're
it worked out.
swoony historical romance hero. That's what he is. He's got all the ingredients and then some, and she hates that she likes him, but I love that they hate that they don't like him.
Yes, exactly. So sorry. My assistants are being very unprofessional in helping me. But it sounds so good. I'm so excited. This week it's just been filled up with so many good releases. Angelique Armay also had a new release come out. Night of Sin. She wasn't able to join us. We're going to try to get her on next week, but it's also a great release. If you guys can check it out this week, it's really, really good. So we'll talk about it next week. I don't want to spoil anything for her, but you can check it out this week and then watch the video next week. Hopefully she'll be on for next Friday. Maybe we can have her on for next week. But thank y'all so much for hopping on. And if there is there anything else anybody wants to add about their release, their week, anything
I just
exciting?
want to say that there is room in romance for good guys. Not everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
That's so funny. I was actually reading no, it wasn't a thread. It was a comment section somewhere about bodice rippers, and I love, of course, that's what I come from. So
Yeah.
I love bodice rippers and stuff like that. And
Classic.
there was, an argument about heroes changing and books now, because there's arguments about people not buying new historical books because they don't think that they're written, and they're not. I mean, things have changed and stuff like that. But it was just a lot of arguing about what kind of hero, like what kind of, because they were really in the 80s and the 70s, those heroes were a little
Everybody was a rake and a rogue.
yeah, and very much so. And I always found that the historical romances that I like hold specially have and I'm gonna use one that everybody knows, Marcus Westcliff from the Lisa Clay Pass's what was it? It was Lillian's book. But Westcliff was just so astute and followed the rules, and he didn't have to choke on his character or his lot. He was an honest, good person, and I liked him.
Yeah.
And he's one of the heroes that I like to go back to, and I think he probably inspired Samuel Milton. So
Yeah.
I tend to write good men as well.
yeah, I think I'm
I
just gonna
married
keep
a
writing
good man.
men.
How can
Me
I
too.
not write them? So
Yes.
Yeah.
I love a green flag. I do.
Absolutely. We have enough walking red flags out here in the real world. I don't want them in my fiction anymore.
Yes. We're escaping, okay? We're going into the secret gardens in our mind where the good men exist.
Commitment. They're
Yes.
okay with whatever past the heroine may have. Because
Yeah.
I'm as sick of writing virgins as I am sick of writing rakes and rogues. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I can completely understand.
you can only-
Yeah, I think there's good classics all around. Of course, like some old historical rooms. I love Lisa Kleypas. I love Tessa Dare. I like these classics. But now, especially with all these newer Dragonblade books, I feel like there's such a good span of if you want the character arc and the growth of having somebody who needs to grovel, because I love a good grovel moment. Again, men who yearn, we love the groveling. But sometimes it's nice just to have a breath of fresh air in your MMC or your hero. It is so nice just to dive into a book and they're just like a little vacation,
It
It's
is
really
such
nice.
a fine line between alpha male and asshole male.
Yes, exactly.
I more and more, it's like, no, you can have some pride, you can have some strong characteristics without being a jerk.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. Yeah, and I feel like that's something our authors have really nailed, is even in the ones where they are that alpha male thing, they do it just right. And again, you get that little bit of groveling, and then when they change, and they may still be a very confident, over the top person, but it's never reaches that line of red flag to the point where they are an a-hole. You never get to that point, you know.
Being a good man doesn't mean being a perfect man. And the same is
Yes,
true in being
exactly.
they have to be
Yes.
flawed in some way, whether that's, you know, how they see themselves or whether that's, you know, what they're interpreting as their place in the world. There has to be something there that is an obstacle. It can't all just be, you know, breezing through it, because then there's no story.
Exactly.
But yeah, there has to be some degree of conflict, but that doesn't mean that, you know, good doesn't mean boring.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I agree. I feel like, again, I just feel like our authors, you guys, I feel like all of them, all the Dragonblade books I've read,
Dragonblade.
woohoo! I feel like we have this good in between right there where we don't reach that point. And like you said, your characters are flawed, and your heroine should be flawed too. I feel like that's just part of it.
They
If you
have
don't
to
have
be.
a
That's
flawed
the
character, there's
story.
not. Yeah,
Yeah.
where's the story? Where's the growth? That's the fun part, is having some flaws in there. Just as long as it's not like too many where we're reaching that red flag point.
And let's just take a moment to, like, you know, give praise where praise is due. Katherine gives us so much trust and so much
Yes.
freedom in what
Absolutely.
and how we write. And we are so fortunate to write for a publishing company that does that, because some people don't get that. They are told very much, we need you to hit this trope, this trope, this trope, this trope, and this trope, and you need to do it in these.
Yes.
I have written for, I don't all under my different pen names. I've written through for all the major presses, and the ability to tell the story I want only happens at Dragonblade. That, you know, I trust me, I will make it a good story. Do not, you know, but I have written for lines where they said you have to have X number of sex scenes, and you know, I've been around since the dinosaurs roamed the earth.
That was actually, I had to worry about that because Tangled Up in Tartan has very few sex scenes. I don't even think there's a penetration. I don't think there is one, but I had like finished it. I'm sorry, I'm blowing up my entire thing, but but I was writing it, and the two characters, they just seemed like they wouldn't, and I didn't want to like force something that it felt like I was forcing it for the reader or for myself. So I was like, it's gonna be a little less than my other ones, but that's how Jane and Sam.
Oh.
That's how they want it, and I can't fight them about it. So it's their story.
That's just it.
So
Sometimes it's just what the story calls for. And I agree with you, Chastity, about just being able to have that creative mindset and flow, and having a publisher that just lets you go with your gut and trust you in that. I completely agree. It's amazing to be able to publish in that scenario. It's so nice.
So I'm going to tell a funny story here about Miss Katherine Lyons under one of her other pen names. Many, many, many years ago, when I was a little baby author, did I crush you? Credit yet? I went to a conference. I want to say that was it Moonlight Magnolias in Georgia. And I sat next to this lady at the buffet lunch, and I was so starstruck. I could not say a word. Just like,
that is the sweetest thing ever. You're like shoveling bacon.
I did the same thing. I rode in an elevator with Sabrina Jeffries one time, and I literally couldn't. I just couldn't even make eye contact.
I love that so much. That is the cutest thing.
What's the thing that you see at all the book signings now? Authors are my rock stars. There you go. I could talk to a rock star. I couldn't talk to Sabrina Jeffries.
Yes. It's always so sweet. It's always so cool.
I went to a workshop where a woman was introducing a big name author, and I don't remember who it was, but she says, I need to express that you are directly, telling this author, responsible for my youngest child. And she was like, what? But we rode up in an elevator one conference.
Oh my
And
god.
I so tried to talk to you, but I was so starstruck that then you got off the elevator. And so I went up to, my hotel room where my husband was waiting, and all that energy 9 months later.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go. You never know what'll happen. Yeah.
Well,
historical romance bringing life to the world for however long.
Well,
Since Pride and Prejudice
Chastity, I
days.
am so glad to see you here on this and at other events. And we are now, no need to be starstruck. We can just, shovel food in at the buffet together.
Oh, I don't know. We all need to be a little starstruck of each other, I think. It's good
Yes.
for us. It keeps us humble. And it reminds us that we all have so much to learn from each other.
Yeah.
And we're all
Absolutely.
in this together.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We might about to show my age. I was going to sing the High School Musical song. But it was so nice to hang out with you ladies and everything. I'm going to ask one more question because we've been talking about writing for a long time. How long have you all been writing? Like, how long have you all been an author? How long have you been writing? Just curious.
My first contract was 1999. The book didn't come out until 2000. And I wrote for several years before that. And so I'm one of the old dinosaurs.
That's so cool. That's the year I was born.
Oh,
99.
Oh my God.
Ooh, it hurt everybody's feelings.
I used to write during Barney and Sesame Street.
That's what I do now. I do that now. So maybe in 26 years, someone will say that I was born that year, and I'll be like, oh my goodness. So maybe I'll be there.
I've been writing for as long as I can remember, but I didn't start publishing until like 2011, I think.
That's a long time too. Let me think. 15 years? It's a long time. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I wrote a couple of YAs with a small publisher back in the day, but I didn't sit down and focus until 2020 because I had a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old, and it was locked down, and I was like, well, that's it. I'm gonna lose my mind. So.
Yeah. Again, time to escape.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I've been writing since then, but
awesome.
Yeah, my first book was finished because I was quarantined with swine flu. That's.
Oh, wow.
I felt fine. I just couldn't go anywhere because I couldn't shake that low-grade fever, and I ran out of stuff to read. So
yeah, if you can't find anything to read, you might as well write it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best feeling. I can't find that I want to read, so I'm just gonna go to my desk and make it happen. So it's really cool. But I was just curious. I was just me being nosy. Was wondering how long everybody had been, because I can see how long everybody's been publishing with Dragonblade, but I like to know before that as well, and I'm curious to see when everyone's been putting out their own books and if you've been writing forever or is it new and all this stuff. So that's just me being nosy, of course.
Dinosaurs.
My southern kind of nosy.
Pterodactyls.
Yeah. Yes, but it was so nice hanging out with you guys. Does anybody else have anything they want to add before we hop off? You guys good? Well, thank y'all so much. Again, we have so many great new releases. We have A Secret Elixir by Katherine Lyons. We have A Line for Luck, Chasity Bowlin, and Tangled Up in Tartan, Matilda Madison. All such good releases, and they're all going to be on Kindle Unlimited by the time this goes live on Friday. Everything will be out. Again, we have missed Angelique this week, but we are going to try to get her on next week. But if you can check out her new release, Night of Sin, you'll really like it. It's a great one. So thank you guys so much for joining us and everything. We had so much fun. And yeah,